Oh my God, you guys, come and sit down and shut the door. What is going on? Remember how everybody was wondering who Diddy's co-conspirators are? Well, baby, we might have some more names. Ricardo Tisci, the man that is besties. And when you listen, his Good Girl Friday is besties with Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, and Diddy, has been accused of doing Diddy-like crimes. And baby, the receipts are in. And guess what? He did the same Diddy MO. Put something in his Welch's grape soda, and the man woke up like, what's going on? And get this, Ricardo then tried to gaslight them. Y'all, let's get into these details because they are sick and they are being exposed by fashion insiders. They are even saying that Ricardo's been doing this to black men in New York and Brazil. Get this, though. Kanye has been crashing out lately. A lot of people say that he's going to be implicated in that Diddy mess. That's why he's been crashing out. He was literally on stream, embarrassing himself, might I add, talking to some Gen Z streamers that couldn't care less about what he had going on. God, that man's fallen off so much, and he only got his mouth to blame. Couldn't care less about what was going on while he was talking about the way him and Bianca like to swing. Kanye likes to get fit so he can swing. I said, baby, you like to get fit so you can swing with Bianca, right? But the real question is, when you swing, I don't know. Swingers in the comments, let me know. We won't judge. We listen, we don't judge. Is there any type of lotion or cocoa butter or baby oil requirement for swinging on the elbows, feet? And honestly, we saw Kanye walking around looking ashy as all get out with Bianca on his feet, where she looked like a slutty Mary Magdalene, and and Kanye was trying to look like Jesus, walking around with no shoes. I said, God didn't give Jesus ashy feet. That lotion came from within. I just want to know, because something makes me think that if Kanye's feet look that ashy, bashy, whatever, imagine what his buttocks look like, bare and exposed. I'm just saying, I want to see. I want to see who he was swinging on. Something tells me they had to be hiring people, because who will willingly do that for free? Anyway, y'all, let's get into this. So, they said, so Papa on Twitter said, terrible, but not surprising with all the rumors about him, Ricardo Tisci, throughout the years. I wouldn't be shocked if there were more victims in Brazil and Morocco. Ricardo Tisci loved to do that. Luis Pisano, who's a deep fashion insider, said, there's a victim in Brazil, someone that was disfigured by what he allegedly caused. I don't have permission to tell the story, but just know there are multiple men with similar stories. That's right, y'all. Disfigured. This guy is a Silence of the Lambs. Let me just tell you something. The Kardashians really have some explaining to do. How the hell have y'all been besties with the resties of an all-time hit list of all the deviants here? You was married to a big deviant, Kanye. We now know that. You was best friends. Remember, they were supposed to be in some type of throuple. I don't know what it was. It was weird. For Ricardo Tisci, Kim, and Kanye. Yeah, they said Kanye and Ricardo Tisci are super. He even not abandoned Kim, but left Kim while she was pregnant, because he don't like the way pregnant bodies look, apparently. That's what the streets are saying. But left Kim while she was pregnant to be with Ricardo Tisci and live in this Parisian apartment the whole time. And baby, they said a time was had, okay? But also, Kardashians, Diddy, best friends with Diddy. Ricardo Tisci, best friends with Ricardo Tisci. Joe, that guy from Girls Gone Wild, Joe, whatever his name, he's best friends with him. Every morally depraved individual. The Kardashians are not just cool, they're not just associates, they are besties. It's weird. Anyway, Luis Pisano said, I have to laugh. He really thought he was going to get away with preying on black men across the globe for all these years. Huntress down. He said, if you want a real story, look into Ricardo and Kim Jones' Senegal trip. The girls have the receipt. He also said, I find it kind of poetic that the black gay community's biggest predator in fashion is finally getting taken down right before the Black Dandy Met Gala. Y'all, listen, We should have known Ricardo Tisci was a big predator. Because honestly, any guy that Kanye and Kim are cool with and call family is 100% suspect. Remember when Kim had North on stage chilling with Marilyn Manson? Even Jay-Z was like, yo, don't put me on a track with Marilyn Manson. Y'all, listen, it's insane. So listen to these allegations. They're saying that in a state lawsuit filed Tuesday, Patrick Cooper, he's not using a alias. He's saying it. And listen to how this ties in with Diddy, okay? He sexually assaulted him while he was under the influence and unable to consent, alleging the 50-year-old Ricardo Tisci dosed him with an unknown substance in order to make him so disoriented as to no longer know where he was, what he was doing, or what other people, particularly Ricardo Tisci, was doing to him. As a result, he was unable to reject, fight, stop, or defend himself from Tisci's predatory, sexual, and unlawful assault battery. Listen, here's his story. He just went out to have a good night. He said, my intentions were never to end up in Ricardo Tisci's bed. When I woke up, he was kissing me. Now, he does say that he is bisexual, and he headed to the hospital for a grape kit testing immediately upon leaving his Soho home. He said, I remember sipping the drink, and I don't remember anything else. To this day, I still don't remember anything. Nothing. Now, reached by phone, Ricardo hung up shortly after being informed of the call was regarding this article. His agent, Ann Nilsson of United Talent Agency, said, I regret to inform you that I cannot comment on any matters related to pending litigation. In an email, the NYPD spokesperson declined to confirm or deny details of the case. They did say that they take sexual assault and rape cases extremely seriously and urge anyone who has been a victim to file a report. Okay, so let's get back into this, right? He said that according to a friend, he met Ricardo through a mutual friend, okay? This is according to his complaint. He, his friend, and Ricardo and another man went to Two Sisters, Four Brothers, a soul food spot on East 116th Street. No lie, Two Sisters, Four Brothers, man, their food used to hit. I would have gone too. Yeah, count me in, right? That's where Ricardo surreptitiously slipped something into Cooper's drink when he wasn't looking. Does not sound like Diddy? Now, this guy was 6'1", and he said, I handle my liquor very well. However, I only had 1 or 2 glasses of wine up until that point and hadn't been feeling drunk at all. However, shortly after he finished his drink at Two Sisters, Two Brothers, he became disoriented, confused, impaired, intoxicated, and unaware of his actions and surroundings, and unable to comprehend what was going on. He said, once the drug took effect, Ricardo brought me back to his home. Now, he didn't know this back then. He's just recounting because obviously he woke up at Ricardo's home. He blacked out. Where Ricardo prevented him from leaving and sexually assaulted me. He said when he woke up, he found himself naked with Ricardo also naked next to him. Upon information and belief at the time of the aforesaid essay, he lacked capacity to consent. When he came to while in Ricardo's Swank King Street pad, which he once shared with artist Marina Abramovich, you know, the girl that was accused of being a satanist, his throat was dry. He could barely speak. Completely discombobulated, Cooper said he asked Tisci for a glass of water, who walked away naked, then came back wearing a pair of shorts. I was like, how did I get here? I kept saying that. How did I get here? I kept asking him how I got here. He didn't say anything. He refused to respond. We go upstairs. My clothes are there next to the couch. Cooper said that he left. He was unsure where he was. Then he called the friend he had been with the night before. My friend was actually upset, saying, why would you leave me? I couldn't find you. He said, I was asking everyone if they knew where you were. So I told him, I don't remember last night at all. The next day, he said, so he did go that day immediately, right after he left the Ricardo's thing, to get the grape kit and also to make a police report. The next day, he called Tisci, who insisted he didn't remember him, and asked for a photo. That man was just in your bed not even 12 hours earlier. And you're like, yo, what happened to me? And you're like, who's this? I don't remember you. He said, I sent a picture, and he goes, I still don't remember you. I told him, how do you not remember me? I was at your house. He goes, oh yeah, I remember you now. Nothing happened. Then the guy said to Ricardo, I woke up naked. And he said, no, you had clothes on. And that's when I knew. He decided to retain a lawyer. And kind of broke down in the aftermath of the alleged assault. He said, I've not since spoken to Ricardo since then, and I've not heard from him. Now listen, a lot of fashion insiders are reeling. It's a dirty little secret in every industry that when somebody has money and power, they feel like they can treat other people's sons and daughters, cousins, aunts, sister, brothers, mothers, fathers, like they are party favors. The fashion industry is another industry that has billions of money, no corporate hierarchy, and it hasn't been rated by attorneys. Because as much as people say, oh, so what, they should have known better. No, that's not really what happens. You know, corporate America used to be like this. Watch Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. It's a gripping documentary. But all jokes aside, corporate America used to be like this until those lawyers got up in them and sued. Okay? The restaurant industry used to be like this. People do whatever they want. You have to sleep with bosses for shit. You have to do until things changed. Same thing is happening right now with music. Same thing is happening with the Hollywood. And same thing is about to happen with fashion. These people do not care about your judgment. Bianca's walking around naked with her ashy foot husband. And the fashion people are eating it up. They don't care about the judgment. They think of us as normies. Oh, please, your rules. They don't care about your judgment. They actually like that. They don't care about, if you say something about them. Because, baby, they only care about their circle. The only thing they care about if you take away their money. Because their money is their influence and their power. And it's also the tool they use to be able to do whatever they want to whoever they want when they ever want. More importantly, this, according to the fashion insiders, has been long coming. Why is that? Because Ricardo is not just an offender, he is a violent offender. He is the Diddy of the fashion industry. He is super tight with Diddy, super tight with Kanye. They laid together, stayed together. They have a bond, and it looks like they are now using the same tricks. Shout out to the Mr. Cooper for speaking truth to power. Ricardo, Tisci, you better count your days, because the boys in Brazil, the one that you horribly, allegedly disfigured, baby, they are coming for you no longer. Baby, this is a day of reckoning. And right now, everybody that use this proximity to power to build their empires, Kanye, Ricardo, Diddy, Kim, everybody else you always see hanging in the pictures with them, baby, it's time for a count of reckoning, because you don't get the benefit from the social currency of being clicked up. Then when we find out that literally there's vampires running the clique, y'all want to act innocent. Nah. Y'all got some explaining to do. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.